Hey, we get it. You don't want to be hearing a Progressive commercial right now, so let us tell you something you do want to hear. You are powerful. You're a warrior who bathes in your enemy's tears. Then you step out of that refreshing tear bath and into a bathrobe that somehow looks good on you. Yeah, you can pull off a robe. There. Don't you feel better? You'll also feel better when you save money for driving safely with Snapshot from Progressive. Savings you can use to buy more robes. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California, North Carolina, or from all agents.
OffshoreInsiders.com sports betting podcast. Here are some trends for your games of Saturday, October the 24th. All records are against the spread and brought to you by OffshoreInsiders.com. As we follow this report, we've got two Wise Guy plays up for Saturday, and you've got some Sunday NFL up as well. You got the American Athletic Conference Game of the Year for Saturday, but please visit OffshoreInsiders.com for more details. www.offshoreinsiders.com. We'll have the card complete on a Saturday. www.offshoreinsiders.com. And now let's take a look at those trends. All records are against the spread. Kansas State and Texas. Wildcats 38-14 in the conference. They are 15-7 on the road. Meanwhile, for Texas, they are 7-3 coming off a bye week, 3-7 after allowing less than 20 points in their previous contest. Auburn against Arkansas. Auburn 6-0 against teams with a losing record, but they are on a 3-14 overall skid. Arkansas is 13-3 at home against teams with a winning road record, and 11-4 against teams with a winning record, 13-5 overall. 3-7 following a bye week. Again, all these records are against the spread, brought to you by OffshoreInsiders.com. Clemson against Miami. Clemson is 1-7 inside the conference. Hurricanes are 4-10 after accumulating more than 280 yards passing in their previous contest. North Carolina State and Wake Forest. Wolfpack 9-3 after accumulating less than 275 yards in their previous game. They are 3-8, NC State is, following a straight-up loss. Meanwhile, Wake Forest 5-1 at home, 9-4 on field turf. Pittsburgh against Syracuse. Pittsburgh has covered 5 straight. The Orange of Syracuse 9-2 after allowing more than 40 points in the previous game, but 1-5 following a straight-up loss. Northwestern against Nebraska. The Wildcats are 4-10 after scoring less than 20 points in the previous contest, 1-6 after getting more than 100 yards rushing in their previous game. Nebraska 16-38 following a straight-up win of more than 20 points, 7-2 following a cover. Southern Miss and Charlotte. Southern Miss 4-0 on turf, but 8-17 inside the conference. Houston against Central Florida. The Cougars are 20-5 on the road, 23-8 following a straight-up win, 21-8 following a Vegas win, 20-8 on grass. Meanwhile, the Knights of UCF, 9-23 after allowing more than 200 yards rushing in their previous game, and 1-7 overall. Boston College and Louisville. Boston College 8-2 after accumulating less than 275 yards in their previous game. 10-25 against teams with a losing record. Louisville 12-3 following a straight-up loss. 12-5 after accumulating less than 100 yards rushing in their previous contest. Bowling Green against Kent State. The Falcons are 9-2 against teams with a losing home record. 35-16 following a straight-up win of more than 20 points. Golden Flashes 3-2, their last 10 after allowing less than 20 points in the previous contest. Tulane against Navy. The Green Wave are 20-42 against teams with a winning record. 2-7 overall, 1-7 following a straight-up loss of more than 20 points. Navy a perfect 6-0 at home, but 3-9 against teams with a losing record. By the way, this is one of the Wise Guy plays for Joe Duffy's Picks, America's only Grandmaster Handicapper at OffshoreInsiders.com. Fresno State against Air Force. The Bulldogs 17-39 on grass, 0-5 after allowing less than 170 yards passing in their previous game. Air Force 7-15 inside the conference, 4-10 against teams with a losing record, 7-17 after allowing more than 450 total yards in their previous contest. Miami of Ohio and Western Michigan. The Redhawks are perfect 5-0 after allowing more than 40 points in their previous game. Western Michigan 9-1 following a straight-up win. 14-3 games on field turf, 14-4 overall, and 10-3 their last 13 following an ATS win. Do me a favor, if you like these podcasts, the best way to tell us is if you want to review us wherever you're hearing us, maybe on Stitcher or iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. Give us a real, nice rate-up. Say you love this. The experts tell us that'll help us show up better in the searches. And look, the more support you give us, that just basically tells us you want more of these. Central Michigan and Ball State. Chippewas are 10-1 after accumulating more than 280 yards in their previous game. That is Central Michigan, of course, 44-19 following an ATS win. Ball State 0-5 at home, 0-6 against teams with a losing record. Best way to get these podcasts, follow us on Twitter at Offshore Insider. Yes, the website is Offshore Insiders with an S at the end. Too many characters, though, for Twitter, so it's at Offshore Insider. And you can get these podcasts in real time. Toledo and UMass. Toledo 8-0 following a straight-up win, 8-1 overall run, but they're 3-13 on the road against teams with a losing home record. The Minutemen of UMass 10-4 on field turf, 0-4 inside the conference. Texas Tech and Oklahoma. Texas Tech 7-2 overall, 1-5 against teams with a winning home record. Oklahoma is 1-5 following an ATS win. Kansas against Oklahoma State. Kansas is 1-7 following a bye week. Cowboys of Okie State 12-2 their last 14 after allowing more than 200 yards rushing in their previous contest. Tennessee against Alabama. The Volunteers 3-12 after accumulating more than 280 yards passing in their previous game. 1-7 following an ATS win. Duke against Virginia Tech. The Blue Devils are 15-6 following a straight-up win, 12-5 following an ATS win. Virginia Tech 8-3 at home against teams with a winning road record. Virginia at North Carolina. The Tar Heels are 10-4 following an ATS win. Penn State against Maryland. The Nittany Lions are 12-5 following an ATS loss. Maryland 9-22 after allowing more than 280 yards passing in their previous contest. Indiana and Michigan State, the Hoosiers 6-14 overall, 4-11 on the road against teams with a winning home record. Meanwhile, Michigan State 23-7 after allowing less than 170 yards passing in their previous contests. OffshoreInsiders.com gives you all the top plays. Please visit OffshoreInsiders.com every single day before placing a bet. You'll be more than happy you did.
Everyone loves shopping online. Well, I'm going to tell you what I tell my golf buddies when they buy clubs. Stop searching for coupon codes. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout. Plus, it's free, and you don't even need a Capital One card to use it. That's like hitting a hole in one without even trying. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary.